Hello from Hemmingford, Quebec, everybody. I'm David Smith, Data Smith on Lichess, and welcome to a quick update on HCC's current tournament. We're just about to start the last round of the tournament this week, and then we go into our Christmas break. Just running through the sections, starting with section D. The pairings have worked out really nicely, so that the two leaders are going to meet in the final round. John meets Oscar, and the winner of that game will walk away with first prize just in time to go Christmas shopping with all that loot. In section C, Andrew Perry has returned to play in HCC events, and it's been a pretty good return for him. He needs just a draw in the last round to ensure himself of clear first place. Section B, though, is another case of a last round pairing that will decide the winner of that section. Section B that belongs strictly to Poland, because it will be Wladek and Wojtek who will play each other to decide that winner. Section A, of course, is a bit different. We lost one of our players, and so we're only 3 there. And the results have been strictly according to rating, so Ian is romping home to what seems like is a fairly easy victory, regardless of the outcome of our game that we are going to play, I guess, not this week, but in the next week. In other HCC news, we actually had Hemmingford Chess Club members playing in an over-the-board tournament, or not a tournament, but an over-the-board match. We have just about 45 minutes from here in Hemmingford, a town called Saint-Jean, and there's a chess club in that town that meets at the Royal Military College in Saint-Jean. They get some of their members even from the students at the military college. And so 3 of us, Jacques Boyer, who some of you will remember as JCSS 64, played in some of our earlier tournaments. Denis Bouchard, who plays regularly in HCC tournaments, and I went over there and played a little mini match of 2 rapid games each against 3 members of that club. Because some of these club members come from the military college, I found myself facing a major from the Mongolian army, believe it or not, who is in Canada for a course at the college. HCC acquitted themselves well, and we walked away with a victory, 3.5 to 2.5. So that's quite nice. Anybody interested in playing in future matches, just let me know, and I'm even willing to find accommodation for you here in Hemmingford for the time that we play. All right, some really quick chess content, and we'll wrap it up there. You see on the screen here a game that was played this past week between, Giovanni G. Petrus and Richard in section C. Giovanni has the white pieces, and it is black to move. So black played. Black, as you can see, has got a bishop under attack. And so black decided to both move the bishop out of the way and to make a little threat of their own. So black plays the bishop to h3. This is in fact an error. Obviously not an error in the sense that black needs to do something about the attacked bishop. But what it does is that it permits white to do something that is a pretty standard tactic that you should all be aware of. And that's that white moves his rook down to f7 here along what we call the 7th rank, in other words, the 7th row. So the rook comes down here, and even though material hasn't changed, the position is transformed from one that was more or less equal, with perhaps a slight advantage to black if you trust the engine, to one in which now white has a significant advantage. And the advantage consists of the fact that white controls all of this 7th rank here. So he's threatening pawns, the b pawn for right off. He's indirectly threatening the a pawn, because if the b pawn moves, then either the a pawn falls or the rook on a8 is stuck there forever defending a pawn. White is also threatening the pawn here on h6, and again, by doing so, tying down this rook onto h1. So this one rook on h7 is making all sorts of threats, tying down all sorts of black resources, and essentially keeping the king trapped on the back rank. What will happen later on in the game, we won't actually play the moves out, but later on in the game, white will end up with 2 rooks on this 7th rank, controlling and dominating entirely the black king, as well as being able to attack all the black pawns from behind. So this is just something to keep in mind. The 7th rank is not like other ranks. It's a great place to get one of your rooks if you can, basically because you've got all sorts of targets, usually in the form of enemy pawns. You can reduce the mobility both of the black king and potentially of other pieces. And in fact, white went on to win based on exactly that in this game. So there you go. I hope you all do well in your games this week, and that you probably won't talk to you before Christmas or before the holidays. So however you celebrate them, I hope that you have a good time, and we will see you all in the new year. Thank you.